Hello and welcome to another episode of Webflow and Code, where I teach you the underlying code you're writing in Webflow. Today, I'm not going to use Webflow. I'm going to be building a very, very simple website that I already have for my podcast, That Tech Show. I want to add some new features to it. So I want to bring it into Pinegrow, which is the new tool that I've been using recently or got introduced to recently. And I just want to kind of play around with it and share my observations as I build our very, very simple That Tech Show website. So without further ado, let's dive into Pinegrow and see how it compares to Webflow. So this is the website. It's very, very simple. I probably want to try and get this to update to the latest episode. But for now, let's just create this website because it's very, very simple in Pinegrow and just see how difficult it is to use. I've got my design down here, so I'm going to open up probably a new project, and I don't want any framework or anything like that. So let's just go with a basic blank website and give ourselves some more space here. Let's get cracking. So on the left here, I know we have our elements that we can drag out. If I remember rightly over here, this is my HTML that I can edit. There's interactions, there's my styling. And yeah, so I'm going to leave this on my styling thing there and just start dragging some elements in. So first thing I want to do is create my header. I'll create my main structure of the website in basic HTML, and that's what I tend to like using, is just focus on my HTML and then focus on my CSS. So let's grab a H1, plain HTML, H1, drag that in and give it that tech show. So this is a little tidbit actually. You can see it's all capitals, but you don't want to be putting capital letters in your HTML. You want to write it as it should be, because capital letters gets read by screen readers as acronyms, so THAT and things like that. So what we can do is our H1 up here. In fact, I'm not going to style the H1, I'll style the header. We want to go into our styling, and again, I'm using this all for the first time really. We're going to go into our styling and then make it capitals. So this looks about here, transform, boom, there it is. Bring this up, inspect this. We want to get this background gradient going on. So look at that. I've just created a header there. I didn't create the navigation. In fact, I didn't create the navigation in Pinegrow either. So let's just, I don't know. I mean, that's a pretty complicated background graphic kind of we want to use. So let's see how this handles. If we can just put in plain CSS. I don't want that. Is it possible? I mean, it's my background. I wish this was a bit more visual. There's a lot of text here, and it's quite overpowering. I know this is a very technical piece of software, but I think that could be what fix it. So I've just copied that in, and that's actually just let me create that. How peculiar. Let's delete that. So that's interesting. I can't, I mean, okay, let's see if we can recreate that gradient like that. Excuse me. So it's like a dark grey to a light grey. So let's put a stop in there. I don't know, let's just do that. And And let's make that one slightly lighter. And move that there. And make, there we go. So we've created that, and then we want to make the color of the text. I mean, you could do that. Text editing mode is on. Can't edit text to body element. Okay, no worries about that. Okay, and then text center. Straightforward. So what I'm noticing, oh, I had my body selected there, so let's undo that. Wonder how that happened. Okay, so I've got my body here. Looks like there's some padding on there of sorts. So that's normally got rid of by please enter CSS. That's normally removed by like a normalize or something like that. Body. Here we go. Not sure what that is. Let's see what else we need to put. So we've got a box shadow. Let's see what the box shadow thing is. See, this is interesting as well. I think I raised this on my first initial video, is that I'm seeing flex properties in here, but I haven't set this to display flex. So it's interesting that, you know, these are available to me. That's the problem, is that I'm not getting contextual kind of properties. I would expect that to come up if I was to say display flex, and then I would expect to see this kind of flex container stuff. But yeah, so here we go. Box shadow, I think it was blur of 20, color of, oh, I don't know, so it's a black with a 20% opacity. There you go, let's try this. Okay. I think that's it. Not seeing anything. I need to do this. Type. It would be nice if I had a hover event there, but don't seem to. Okay, that's inset. It's kind of nice how this is popping up, but I can imagine that being quite overwhelming if you're a Webflow. But I mean, if you're a Webflow user, but I mean, you can hide that stuff. I guess it's there if you need it. But I'm not seeing that shadow. Why am I not seeing that shadow? Yeah, see all this grid stuff. No need for it to be there. And, you know, pixels are quite commonly used, so I would expect that to be kind of autofill. But with this sort of stuff, I guess once you know it's there, or once you know that this is now a thing that I need to actually specifically type pixels, I guess you can kind of get around it. But that's another quite nice feature about Webflow, is that you press 20, it will assume pixels and give you that. Pixel automatically. So let's go back to this. I've got some. First, let's actually get rid of this top bit. Where is that from? Oh, I know what that is. It's probably, yeah, there we go. It's the header. Cool. And then let's get this font in. What font are we using here? Roboto. See if we can. I don't know if that's a pre-built-in font. Display. Okay, cool. Let's add a Google font. So that's cool. Add selected font. And then go here, Roboto. Cool. So we haven't actually set a base font. Again, That would be quite nice if it did that. Set a sort of base font size of 16, you know, or so, you know, it would be nice to have these pre-filled. Why does it keep doing that? Text editing mode is on. Can't edit text of HTML. I'm not trying to edit the text. And then this can be 1 a.m. I always forget actually which one it is. Okay, and then we'll just do 1 a.m. Give us some padding. Cool. Guess let's start bringing this stuff in. So we've just stolen that image, go here, and I want an image. Cool. Where can I edit the, there we go, attribute editor. So this is what I wished Webflow would do, would force on you, to use attributes more, because they're so powerful, you know, attributes. And if it's giving you too many shortcuts to certain things, you kind of just, you don't think what attributes can do, or you, as a user, you lose the association with what attributes do versus class and all the rest of it. It gives you a feel of what is actually happening behind the scenes. Width. Cool. We'll make this height 100 vertical height. And then display flex. And probably gonna want a insert. That's cool. We just want a div layout div. Cool. Put that there, and then pop that in there. Cool. And it doesn't actually. I'm trying to think, like, it doesn't force you to add classes. I mean, really, you don't need to add classes if you don't need to. But what I guess that does encourage, it does encourage, like, if I gave this a class of hero, a class to hero, it doesn't do anything if I do that. So you are encouraged to write proper CSS there. So if I create that, please select the style sheet you wish to add. That's interesting. So you can add different style sheets, which is cool. And I want to, so I put this display flex. I suppose once you get used to these, you can be a bit more, you know, savvy with what they are. So flex container, we are display flex, and now this makes sense. I want them to be central, and I want them to be in the middle like that. Let's try and guess what we want to do here. So maybe this background border. Here we go. What was the border rate? What is the border rate? Yes, 10. 10 pixels. Cool. And then a box shadow. Yeah, I really wish these wouldn't show unless I've actually selected grid or whatever. Cool. And then what's the 4 color? Cool. And then we want some div there. But this could probably be a section. So if I want to change this to a section, normally in Webflow you'd kind of do it up here. Classes, properties for div. So transform, change to section. Cool. And within here we can have a div. And then we will have text. Oh, that's where I put my H1. So don't really care about that right now. Insert. Just do a paragraph. Text. See, again, like these are loads of elements. You've got access to so many elements in HTML, of course, and I like that we've got access to them right in the browser here. So I like that. That text show. That's interesting as well. Look, I did not realize I copied that as H2. Interesting. Kind of copied everything. I don't know what happened there. Let's undo that because that was kind of crazy. Podcast takes a deeper look. Can't select an element created at runtime. Dynamic elements are HTML elements created by JavaScript code. So we didn't. Okay. Let's just undo that. I don't really know what that means. Delete. I just want a paragraph. That's all I want. And then I want copy. Okay, with text. Interesting. Okay, so what is that? Don't have a delete key actually. Do I have a delete? I don't have a delete key on. So what is that? What is that? Can't select elements created at runtime. Look at that. Very odd. Let's preview it in the window. See what goes on here. But it's not there. Okay. Whatever. A coffee. There you go. You can buy us a coffee. So let's just copy that and let's just add that in there. The link takes it all. It's got the SVG. Does it have any of the styling? No, surely not. No, not at all. Well, of course, it doesn't have a. It's a blue thing there. So let's colour that bad boy. Sorry about that. Let's make this white. In fact, it was 999. Nice. Looks like something else has been created. Yeah. What is that? Let's just take that again. This is a native image. Save that. Right, let's deal with images then. So, image. Yeah, what happens here? Source. Remove that. An attribute. No. Here we go. Folder. Location of the file doesn't let us use a relative URL. This can cause us the URL to break if you upload the page to a server, if you open the... Yes, copy the file. Okay. Okay, so this is maybe my project? Cool. Max height, 50 pixels. Cool. Yeah, copy the file. Get the Stitcher one too. Yeah, again, it could be, like, I think it could be a bit more visual, which is, I guess its downside. It looks clean, it looks nice, but like visual cues are so handy to have when it comes to looking for things. Like, people don't want to read anchor. People don't want to read. And then within that, I want an image, media. Then technically it's content, I guess. Cool. And then let's add our Stitcher one. Yes, copy the file. So you'll notice that when I copied them over, we've got these target underscore blank. So that means it opens in a new window, but it's got a rel of no refer and no follow. And if you look at my episode on performance and security flaws within Webflow, I actually talk about this thing. This is when you have target open underscore blank. So let's see if I can target blank. Oops. So it doesn't... I like that. I like how you can do it both ways. Yeah. No refer, no follow. So it kind of knows. Oops. No. Save that. I like it. It kind of knows. I mean, label. That's not our label, is it? Or is it? What was that? Href. I wonder what that label is. Interesting. Anyway. So now, actually, so I made I've dragged all these in. I guess it's not encouraging you to add classes either, which is another thing that I like about Webflow. As soon as you change the style, it gives it a class, and it's a really ugly class, but at least it gives it something and kind of reminds you to do that. Whereas I'm so tempted, if I was writing the code, I wouldn't do this at all, but because it's writing the code for me, I forget to add classes. Like, you need to add classes when it comes to writing code. So let's give this a class of, let's put hero image. Let's put link image. Link image, add class. Cool. Go to thing, and we had a max height of 50 pixels. Oh, that was not right. It was the image that has a max height, not this. So let's remove the class. How do I remove that class? Classes. Okay, nice. There we go. Now if we go to here, classes, link image, classes, link image, listen images. It'd be interesting to see how you can then clean up some of this stuff afterwards. So let's create a UL. Yeah, again, it would be nice grouping elements. UL, an ordered list. I wonder what happens if I put an LI over here. Can't put LIs anywhere other than lists, so should warn you about that, which again Webflow does. Right, add that. Don't want to move it. There we go. Underneath, you've got to drag it underneath and then across. Cool. Underneath, across. Cool. Now, if we again list, reset, and then yeah. See, this is a list, so I would expect to. Here we go, list type, none. And there's a padding there. So these are display flex. Yeah. Again, you've got like the nice icons, haven't you, for the display thing? So there's probably probably an opportunity there to make it a bit more interesting. Cool. That was odd. Cool. This really bothers me, these things. I don't know why. Can't select created at runtime. I just don't know. Let's check if they're not there. Kind of odd. Whatever. Let's see how we're doing anyway. We've probably got a max width on this thing. Let's fix this now. So section heroes of main. Yeah, okay, do not edit. I don't know. Maybe I accidentally clicked. So 900 pixels. And then that was probably display flex. Yeah. see, and then this should appear kind of...
This is for you.
Line item center, so that's that. Well, those are things that got added in, these orange things, but they're not. Okay. Bothering me about that. I know what we can do. Code. We can look in here. Which is not in there. Why are you there? Why are you there?
For scaring those things away.
Margin on that. Yep. Make this button now. I know I'm kind of all over the place. I guess I'm just a bit, just wanting to do something different. To make it interesting. Border. Cool. So I wonder if it's going to combine that now. Because you don't really want that, do you? And by that I mean you don't want separate. Here we go, border color, border width, and then what about the style? Never mind. Right, padding. What's the padding like on this? Padding 0.5 EMs. Border radius 3 pixels. Where is that border? Yes, that's why, because you need. That's what I mean. You need a style. You need a style on the border, which would surely be something you would add automatically. Shout if you see border style. So let's just add it as CSS. Border 1 pixel solid 999. Let's delete. Okay. Okay. Look at that. There it is. Alright. Here we go. Nice. Now let's add that hover state. How do we do that? So we can do that, but I think that triggers the hover state as opposed to you want to style it. Show selected element in hover state. So let's just change the background. Wherever background is. Background. So I think we want 999. Okay. Interesting. So I want to use the state. Is it an interaction? No, surely not. Just want to add a hover state. I just want to add a hover state. Insert. Google it is. Hover state Pinegrow. Yeah, that's what I want. How to add... See, this isn't great, is it? This isn't great. You need to Google how to add a style class. Link hover style Pinegrow. Okay, this is definitely it. Navigation pseudo classes. Okay. Not sure I like that. That is odd. So now on hover, put a background. 999. Okay. Oh, what's... See, look at this. What's this? This is odd. Style attribute. Patreon. Button. Link. Cool. Seem to have started from scratch. Bearing in mind, I haven't followed any tutorials. I'm literally just doing this by observations. They're probably, you know, I'm probably struggling with things that could be very, very simple to people, but I think this is, you know, quite a common thing. People just want to dive in and play rather than having to read. They want to see how far they can get without having to, you know, read a bunch of documentation or whatever. So I think this might be an accurate representation of someone using this software for the first time. And I'm a developer, so I kind of know what I'm looking for. Okay, right, we're back to square one. So now I want to add a hover to that. So going back to this, base minimal styling. Let's add a hover pseudo class. There are a couple of ways we can proceed. If we already have one or more of the navigation links selected, we can click the X button on the right of the create button. and we want the color. I don't know if you do text color, text shadow, so you do need to know a little bit of duration, ease. Interesting. Ease. Let's look at that. Doesn't transition. Maybe I do need to have a duration seconds. That'll get a lot of people as well. Like 3 seconds. Oh, cool. Nice. Just double check that's what it looks like. Oh, I don't have an ease on there anyway, but you know, whatever. It works. Let's just double check. I mean, I'm liking this. I don't mind it. I think this could be some things that could be a little bit better, a bit more intuitive, a bit more visual would be quite nice. You know, I think you would have to be quite familiar. Oh, maybe I haven't got a class on that one. Hero link. Let's just do this. I think you do kind of need to be a bit more aware of CSS. Like it is a lot more for developers than it is kind of designers, like a tool like that. But for all intents and purposes, see now, why have I got 3 hero links there? Have I got 3 classes on there? No, I don't. Why is there 3 there? Okay, right, let's try this. This is weird. This surely isn't... Oh, piss. No, it's still, the class is still on there. Okay. Create. Is it on there? Link. Okay. Don't know what happened there. You know, you kind of have to know your way around some of this stuff. I would like to add a hover. I can't get over how odd this is. Hover. Create. Very odd. Transforms. We want to add a transform. No, we don't want to add any of that. We want to add X. We want to just, I don't know, 5 pixels. Cool. Then we go back to that one and add a transition. Property, transform. Because that's what Webflow does. It can be quite confusing sometimes. But they name things which is a slightly more, like font color is color in CSS, whereas they name it as font color. And you know, someone who doesn't come from a developer background will probably, they wouldn't think to look at just color. They wouldn't look at color as being the thing that they need to do. So I can understand how this would be quite difficult for a non-developer to use. Oh, wrong way around. Let's figure that out. And I like how you can just quickly do that. See, now my whole page is hovering. So let's delete that. Delete that. See, I don't know how to add a... I don't know how to add a hover function properly. That's -5 pixels. And then, see, yeah, why is the whole thing moving? I can see that that is on the root. So could that be it? I just don't get it. So that was added. Hero link. Hero link. Hover. Hero link. Hover. Maybe you have to select that and then that. Yeah. How odd. How odd. But again, once you kind of get used to this stuff, you know, it becomes slightly easier to understand. There we go. But it's not great. I mean, like, what? Wish you would. Let's save up. Let's save it. Place. Yeah. Oh, there we go. And then everything's gone now. It's kind of strange. Let's see what we got. Not quite there yet, but it's mostly there. Now let's add this iframe. Okay, cool. Iframe. Drag it in. Now I want to add rear source. There we go. Position fixed. See, the blue is kind of weird actually, because it goes dark blue. That's how you get it. Position 0, maybe we need width 100%. Let's have a look at that. Cool. Oh, and then we have the mobile view. No, we should do the mobile view. I was going to say, let's start getting this up and running. So actually, how would we add the favicon? That's quite interesting. New page. Let's get that information from our actual page. Just because I can't be bothered to do it again. Description, keywords, author. Yes, how would we add a favicon? Maybe we just need to add it to the root of the project. Actually, it's in the head, isn't it? To be fair. Head elements. We want a fav icon. So it is just, you have to, I mean technically, yeah, I guess it is a link. And then, let's just nick that. Yes, copy the file. Let's just be nice about it and just do that. Need the rel and type. Was it icon? Yeah. Type. There we go. Yeah, so a little bit more poking around and stuff. Let's get the mobile version looking okay. So all we do is stack. So let's just, this is what I find quite cool. So we go to medium, medium, large, add medium. Let's play around with media queries. I think it's this one we need to probably, it might. It's like mobile first or something like that, and I need to go hero. Yes, got it. So we can choose whether we want mobile first, which is kind of cool. Kind of cool. Let's create our mobile one first then, which will be flex column and our padding. And then we add another media query of 768 and up. And this will be where we remove our yeah, there's our base, and then this will move. So you can do mobile first or desktop first, which min width 768. So if I go down to 767, yeah, looking good. I don't know why that is like that though. Why is that not updated? Interesting. Padding bottom. So here we need to remove the padding, which we do not have any padding there, so let's just make sure we're explicit about it. I don't know why this isn't updating. Yeah, that's not updating. Anyway, so this is the... Where's my mobile? Where's my mobile styles? Well, I guess they're my mobile styles. Where are my desktop styles? I guess is the question on everybody's lips. Tool Hero created in CSS. Where is it then? Where is it? And why aren't you updating either? You're over 768. Have I accidentally deleted it? Save. Open in browser. I haven't deleted it. Look how much junk I've created now just because I'm not sure what's going on. So look at that. Rubbish. So let's just see.
Farewell, sweet cookie cats. I'll always remember the time we spent together.
I just closed it. See if I can. So it's back. Bug? No idea. So now. Create. And then we want to just put like a. What do I do? I cheated here. I was a bit lazy, but I cheated. Here we go. Padding bottom 100. I think that'll do. For now. As a test. So now let's try and get this on. Let's try and get this on our web server, which I guess it's written all the files. So if I was to go to my Finder, let's save as, because I have no idea where this is saved to. It's not to download, surely. Template. I don't know why it's a template, but oh, cool! We can quickly activate libraries and things, which is cool. Where is this?
For scaring those things away.
Documents? I literally just want to know where this is all saved to. That's all I want to know. All I want to know. Save as. Just put it in my documents. See if that has. Yeah, so it's flattened it all out in my document. Save as. Create a new.
For you.
Save it all in there. Cool. So it seems like, but my images are not in there. Because look, you can see that none of the images have copied over. Okay. Ugh. Saved in the root of my. Where are the images? Applications, Pinegrow content resources. So it thinks somehow I created like a template. So that's my thing. I'd probably prefer to be in here. Okay. So now this is already a repository that's linked to GitHub. And if I can go to text show, get status, you can see that I've got all my things, and this is now already linked to Netlify. So we go to that tech.show. So yes, I can now see that this is my project running on Netlify, because the header isn't quite as nice as we liked it, but then you can look in here and just see, yeah, looks pretty good to me. Cool. Well, I hope that was interesting. Like I said, like you saw, I had a few issues there. I think mainly revolving around just the intuitive of the interface. You know, not showing me things showing me things like grid, like flex, when I hadn't even selected that element to be grid or flex. So I don't know why it would show those things. Definitely some improvements around like hover effects and focus effects and things like that. A bit of confusion around media queries I think I had as well as kind of rendering issues in the browser window. So it's getting there. Obviously this is absolutely my first attempt at kind of creating something. Had no idea what I was going to get myself into and how far I could actually get, but we could put together something fairly quickly. It wasn't too bad. I think now I'll probably just spend some time looking at some tutorials, how I should have done things, how they recommend doing things. If you are from Pineflow, I'd love to kind of hear from you to talk about this thing, because of course you saw me as a user kind of using this thing, not having a clue what I was doing, how I perceived the interface. I was very vocal about how I was using stuff. So if you are from Pineflow, do get in contact with me and maybe I can help you build a better tool or make some suggestions or whatever. Or if this video was just useful to observe from user behavior, then feel free to learn from it and let me know if I'm of help in any way. I look forward to adding more to this. Now I've got my website on the Pineflow sort of platform. I'll be interested to add more things to this now because we want to develop this, and kind of it's in the Pinegrow kind of environment. Overall, it was fairly enjoyable. Getting stuck wasn't particularly exciting at times, but it's nice to be able to drag and drop and things to be created. I don't think I was any faster using this right now, but I can imagine as you start to get used to the platform, you begin to learn the shortcuts and just learn where everything is. So yeah, I think that's all. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I think about 30% of you are subscribed, I noticed, and I would like to get that up. I would like to have more of you know when I'm releasing more things. So if you enjoyed this episode, give me a thumbs up, because that's the easiest way to let me know that you like this sort of content. And do let me know in the comments if you want me to cover anything. Let me know what you think in the comments. I always try and write back and whatever. And yeah, of course, we're working with That Tech Show. If you haven't yet checked my podcast out with Chris Adams, then please do give us a subscribe. We chat to industry professionals from all over that make tools like this happen. And we just kind of get into the nuts and bolts of what they did on the project and how they've helped shape our lives. So it's a great podcast. I really enjoy it. Give us a subscribe. And until next time, happy no coding.